Greetings and welcome back to my channel, MsBeEcstatic. On my channel, I offer Ching collective readings, tapping into the collective energy, generally providing messages from the living spirit of the I Ching. I do that using coins in my divination, grounding into the earth, clearing my channels, and bringing in the highest frequency vibration of energy possible to bring in positive messages for the collective. Today I felt a shift in the collective energy, and I decided to do a video midweek. And the question I'll be asking is, what is the next best step moving forward at this time for the collective? Again, this is general. My intention is to tap into the energies and bring forth any messages that are available and necessary. And it may not resonate with everyone, so just take what feels good to you, take what resonates and aligns with you, and leave the rest. All right, so yeah, all of my videos, all of my readings are timeless in nature. The days or weeks that I am doing them for, I'm being prompted to do, and while of course I want to build some reliability, and I will also come on when I feel it's needed or something might be available to tap into. Yeah, so I think that's it. As usual, I've already grounded into the energies, cleared my space. And again, the question that we are tapping into the collective generally is, what are the next best steps moving forward at this time? What are the next best steps moving forward at this time for the collective? What are the next best steps moving forward at this time for the collective? What are the next best steps moving forward at this time for the collective? What are the next best steps moving forward at this time for the collective? What are the next best steps at this time moving forward for the collective? What are the next best steps moving forward at this time for the collective? Okay, so we have a few moving lines. Moving lines are additional messages inside of the hexagram. Again, to just for those who are first-time watchers, the hexagram is made up of 6 lines, divined through the coins, the head being yang, and the tail of the coin representing the yin, feminine. The 6 lines, the first 3 from bottom to top, are related to the earth, earthly energies, and then the following 3 to the top are celestial, heavenly energies. So you can like it to the tarot, where the above three lines are kind of like the major arcana, whereas on the bottom three, it is more, they're denser energies. Whereas in the higher arcana and the higher first three, or top trigram, there's a lot of celestial energy moving without our awareness, perhaps at times, or it's out of our hands. It's more spirit-driven energy, either known or unknown. All right, so on the bottom, we have wind. Top, we have, let's see, that's fire. So tapping into the energies of this hexagram. And by the way, I am with Tarot, Oracle, and the I Ching, although I've studied all of them through books and the intellect. At this time in my practice, I am primarily intuitive and drawing on my own inner standing and inner knowing to get my messages. And at times I do use my resources to either add or get additional guidance. All right, so wind on the earth. Changing fire up on the top. I'm going to see what numbers we get with this hexagram. All right. Top fire. Bottom wind, and we have the hexagram 50. Yeah, 50. Okay, so kind of building on the energies numerically. We have a foundation and we're moving forward. The wind on the earth is shifting, moving pieces, communicating, signs, symbols, synchronicities coming into play that are shifting your awareness around actions needed. There may be schedules, appointments, things of the third dimension, dense material realm that you thought were in place. You had a plan, and at this time there is, with the wind and the number 5, like a sudden change. And fire in the heaven is, but the first thing that comes to me is inspiration. So it might be inspiration driven. Again, signs for me, the wind kind of brings travel, communication. It also seeds new ideas. So with the fire in the heavens, there may have been some kind of download that you've gotten in your inner vision, inner world, or there might have been some kind of message that came through from spirit that ignited inspiration, new ideas. Also, fire has to do with not only inspiration, but passion, your heart's desire, digesting. So there might be some things that for some people, there might have been some trauma or wounds or some kind of pain that is being asked by the spirit to be digested, to be looked at, to do some healing around for the heart. Those are some of my initial intuitive reads on this hexagram. And the hexagram, because it has moving lines, it does, and I'll touch on what these additional messages are in just a moment, but I'm going to draw up the changes. Cool. Yeah. So we have Earth in the heaven position with those changes, and we have the continued wind. And look at the numbers for that. Earth on top and wind on the bottom. Let's see, where's the wind? There it is. So we have the number 46. Okay. So I'm going to take from a few of my resources here to get down to the individual messages on the lines. Now, there are many books out there, and if they're out there, I've probably touched them, read them, looked at them, know of them, for the translations and interpretations of the hexagrams and their moving lines and the nucleus of the hexagram. It can get really deep, and you know, for a time, that intellectual deep dive was really satisfying. And these days, I really like to get down to a more simplified, easy to engage with kind of message. And so some of the wording in these resources may take on, well, you'll just notice that they are distinctly different than like an intuitive interpretation. They are both from like trying to translate the meaning from Chinese or other languages, and trying to unfold the deeper meaning of some of the words used that are really specific to this philosophy, this theology, this culturally specific region. So there's a lot that goes into it as a side note. And so I'll read it out loud so you can hear it, and you can maybe take from it what you need, and then I will kind of discuss how it feels for me with what I know. All right, so here we have the Cauldron. So that is the name of our initial hexagram. Beautiful. And the image of this is a pot boiling, well, a cauldron. I'll read the meaning of it so you can get it. The broken line at the bottom, the ting, represents the legs of the cauldron. The lower nuclear trigram is the metal out of which the cauldron is made. The wind is considered a metal element. The upper trigram Li symbolizes the contents of the cauldron, again fire, and unbroken line at the top of the cover, so cooking something. Ko the preceding hexagram, means the removal of old material. Where's my 51? This book has been through it, I tell you what. Oh, here we go. involved in its transformation. The symbol of Ting is fire above and wood below. Sun, the lower trigram, also means wind. It blows the fire and makes it hotter. The fire boils over. The fire boils the water, upper trigram, changing the form from liquid to steam and changing raw food into well-cooked edible meal. The burning wood is transformed into ashes. Since a cauldron is used to prepare food, this hexagram also has the meaning of nourishment. Yeah. Okay. And so that's kind of what I was getting up here with fire in the heavens position. There's something that was needing to be digested at another level, at another dimension of your being. Okay. Very cool. Since a cauldron is used to prepare food, this hexagram also has the meaning of nourishment. The three legs in the cauldron symbolize the executive, judicial, and legislative branches of government. So the hexagram represents the governing power as well. Those who receive this hexagram are destined to plan well in establishing a business. Also indicates a situation in which three people will be able to work in harmony. The top line indicates success and good fortune. And our top line does actually change. So we'll get into that. Starting from the bottom up. So our first changing line is in the fourth position. And so the fourth position says, the legs of the cauldron are split. The Duke's meal is spilled and his face turns red. Misfortune. At this time, a person is in danger of losing property or his job. If he does not already have a job, he will find it hard to get one. One should also be aware of physical injury, especially in the feet. If birth time and zodiac symbols are not favorable, one is liable to have poor health. Okay, so having to do with footing in the earth position, the warning of stability and nourishment in our first changing line. And these two changing lines do bring us to an earth outcome in the next hexagram. So let's read the final additional message on the sixth line, the top. The cauldron has carrying rings of jade, great good fortune, benefits in everything. You can expect to achieve your goals and find profit and security. Those without jobs will find them, and students helped by recommendations will find good opportunities. A working person should now consider retiring if he has advanced at that time of life. If birth time and zodiac are unfavorable, however, you should guard against poor health. Okay, so health comes up here quite a bit. Of course, it's speaking about zodiac and birth time, and we're talking about the collective. So at this time, I do still feel that there's a message of nourishment, taking care of yourself on a more energetic level, and then also having some awareness of how you are navigating physically. Yeah, the cauldron is an image of cooking, nourishment. Also, what happens when you are cooking and providing nourishment, you have people gathering around you. So I still feel with the wind here that you might get communication, inspiration from others. I feel like spirit is, for some of you, guiding you towards a higher level of healing, inner healing. You might be guided in that direction at this time, and through that you will gain a stronger inner awareness. Yeah. Okay, so that's my read on 50, the cauldron. let's take a look at 46 intuitively. I like the numbers 4 and 6 because they're stable. 6 is kind of like, is also stable. They're both really stable numbers. 4 representing the 4 corners of a structure, 4 directions, 4 cardinal directions. And 6 is like kind of building upon that, expanding on it. Also comes down, both are divisible into 2, 2 being like yin and yang, divine feminine, divine masculine, light, dark. So for me, there's a night, it feels good in terms of the balance. So let's take a look at wind. Again, nothing has really shifted for me here in terms of the wind, the bottom part of our hexagram here. In relationship to the shift and the changes on top, yeah, I think it just kind of comes back to, you can't really take them in separate. You can't compartmentalize these. You are starting with one and the energies carry, even though they're shifting and changing and transforming. So for me, I really feel that that spirit is trying to help you receive more at this point. Yin, all yin lines is the ultimate receptive. It is the mother. It receives and transforms things, it renews. And I feel that these opportunities through the current fire are opening up inner strength, so that you can, there are doors opening to inner transformation. So you can transform whatever wounds or past or anxieties or things within your energetic body, your emotional body, your physical body, whatever it may be, that you can transform them. So it's the cauldron wants to cook that up and make something nourishing out of it. So let's take a look and see what the actual name of this hexagram is. And just a moment here, turning the pages. Okay, ascending. Now, ascending might mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So I'm going to read from it what they're offering here. So you can take what resonates from this particular translation, and then we can go and kind of dive into it a little more. The hexagram Shen means ascending, promotion or expansion. Kun, the earth, is above. Sun, wood, is below. Sun here represents the trees and grass rooted in the earth, growing higher and higher. Sun also refers to late spring, a time of rapid growth. According to this hexagram, business will prosper like the growing trees that blossom and then bear fruit. One's effort should continue, however, despite success and growth should occur gradually, not suddenly. Also, one should not be arrogant or proud as business improves and expands, nor should one let these favorable conditions lead to carelessness, laziness, or over-aggressiveness. Unless one is cautious, misfortune can easily arise from good fortune. Sheng is favorable for marriage. If already married, you will have children. An older person should care for his health. Moderate exercise is beneficial. If you are seeking more business or want to embark on a new undertaking, the south is favorable direction, and the help of influential people will ensure your success. If you are an employee, you can expect a promotion soon. Yeah, so I think that ties in nicely with the opportunities that Spirit is making available through the transformation of the earth in the top part of our hexagram. And like the cauldron, bringing in important people, nourishing your network, nourishing your environment with good people, will help you to expand to another level of your experience in this life. So I think, to kind of summarize this part of the question being what are the best steps moving forward at this time, would be to attune yourself to communications, things that may be needing to shift kind of spontaneously or unplanned, and kind of go with the flow in that way. You never know what will be seeded, or where it might take you in terms of like short distance travel, in terms of communication, signs, symbols, and synchronicities. Be aware of that, because Spirit is at a higher level wishing to bring your awareness to a deeper understanding of, and a deeper inner healing, and making space for you to transmute those energies that may have blocked you at one point, to then kind of connect and adjust your environment to a new caliber of people. And you are, they say, you are the first five, the five people that you hang out with the most. They basically reflect you. And that's something that my grandfather always told me, is like, you are who you associate with. So I believe that at this time, the message is to kind of be aware of that and make the shifts that are needed to get a better footing. Nourish yourself with the right kind of people, and take the time to make space on all of your energetic levels in order to transmute what might be, what might have been once a barrier can now nourish you moving forward, if you take the opportunity to do so here at this time. All right, cool. So I feel pretty good about that. So we'll just do a little oracle here to add to the reading. And this is the Osho Zen deck. Any messages for today to accompany our reading for the collective? Okay, this one feels good. New vision. Word. I like that. The colors are phenomenal, by the way. Coming at you. New vision. Will it focus? Let's see. Cool. So it's just explosive, vibrant. The rainbow colors are extraordinary. I love the celestial above and the harvesting colors below. That's really beautiful. And that's kind of a really great image to carry when you're thinking about the hexagrams as well. It's like, what happens on the earthly plane and those things that can transpire on the celestial realms, and the human is in between. And our physical bodies are designed specifically as bridges. I mean, we have the most supreme technology in our body vehicles. It's extraordinary to me. I mean, who needs this AI shit when you've got like the organic, legit, raw deal, you know? It's amazing. Anyway, that's enough of that. A little bit of a rant. Yeah, so there's expansiveness. You can see here that there's also like wings. So this human has roots at its feet, and it has feathers on its breast and wings expanding out from the sides, and it's reaching from earth to heaven or heaven to earth. So there is an opportunity here to extend that bridge and expand what's possible. And it's clear in the first hexagram with the cauldron that Spirit's giving you the opportunity, the insight. And come to think of it, I believe we have some kind of celestial aspect with Chiron today. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't have the full download on that. It's just in my awareness. So I'm gonna take a look at what Inner Vision has to say, just because I would hate to miss out on all of the juicy details of this one. And we're coming up on our time here, so I will do my best to find it quickly. New vision, new vision, new vision. Well, it's got to be here somewhere. It feels like the world no, like the star card. It almost feels like the star card to me. There it is, hiding up there in the corner. All right. Let's see. When you open up to the ultimate, here, I'll bring it up here so you can see it as I read. When you open up to the ultimate, immediately it pours into you. You are no longer an ordinary human being. You have transcended. Your insight has become the insight of the whole existence. Now you are no longer separate. You have found your roots. Otherwise, ordinarily, everybody is moving without roots, not knowing from where their heart goes on receiving energy, not knowing who goes on breathing in them, not knowing the life juice that is running inside them. It is not the body, it is not the mind, it is something transcendental to all duality that is called Bhagavat in the 10 directions. It's kind of not focusing there. Your inner being, when it opens, first experiences 2 directions, the height, the depth, and then slowly, as it becomes your established situation, you start looking around, spreading into all other 8 directions. And once you have attained to the point where your height and your depth meet, then you can look around to the very circumference of the universe. Then your consciousness starts unfolding in all 10 directions, but the road has been one, always one. All right, so I'm gonna end with a gratitude card and we'll wrap it up. The last gratitude card I got was pretty sexy, so you know. Oh, that one just flew out. You never know what you're gonna get. I have this lovely image of family. Let's see if I can. It's an oldie, but a goodie. And it says, every family is beautiful, dysfunctional in its own fascinating way. So I think we should absolutely find ways to be grateful for that. They help us to become who we are. We're all teachers for one another, and we all have the opportunity to learn from one another and grow from one another, and family is the primary unit in which supports us in that. And despite the families that we're born into, I believe that we can always create our own and choose those who we want to take with us as family. And I believe that's fits really well with our messaging. It's like, you know, who are those people who are closest to you? How are they nourishing you? How are they oriented towards your next level, ascending, expansion. So thank you so much for your presence, for watching this video all the way to the end. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a growing channel, so if you haven't already, please give me a like, a subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments if any of this resonated with you, or if there was any part of it you really liked. And I will check back in with you all, likely on the weekend. So until then, be well. Blessings abound always in the now. Peace.